Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. Finally, manga stream. Translated the chapters today. Hey, this is just me. I don't like doing reviews on Manga Panda. You know, they don't have it on Manga here anymore. I'm not doing shitty Manga Panda translation, sorry. Manga stream, proper translation. Now, I am not... I don't hate Busby. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate him. I think he's a good guy, good character. It's just, I know that's his personality based upon his powers, which is heat, and he's a hothead. Can you tone down the cockiness just a tad? Just a tad. You know, just a tad. I understand you're very powerful, but, you know, tone it down. Because, you know, you don't want to just come out and say, I'm the best shit since sliced bread. You know? That's what he sounded like. Oh, by the way, BG9. Love this motherfucker. Love this guy. Oh, man, this guy was... Holy shit, this guy. This guy was... Whew! But before we get into that, this is obviously Bleach. 550 chapter. Beginning part of this chapter was pretty interesting. This guy who looks like he belongs in JoJo kind of reminds me of Aizen. The look. He's got the look of Aizen. And he's basically in the beginning, he's talking to Mayuri, saying nope. Saying that this would drag on, since suspicion this would drag on and give me a headache if he... I think he was answering from last week's chapter about fighting Mayuri. And he says that, he's saying, what are you saying, drag out? What are you implying? Saying that, oh, in order to kill you, most likely we'd have to try out attack combinations and patterns. And he's saying the attention of details not one of my strong suits. I require instant gratification, so should go play with somebody else later. He leaves, asks him, why aren't you following me? And Mayuri's like, you know, you've planned to do what you please. Saying that I prefer some time to analyze your Rizatsu. There's besides the possibility that you are simply provoking me in order to enter your attack range. He's like, oh, how scary. Good thing I didn't carelessly show you my true abilities then. And then he realizes, he senses Soifang's Rizatsu, and saying that she defeated someone without her Bankai. And it looks like he was right again. The guy's talking continuously, saying that captains who had their Bankai stolen found different alternatives fighting styles to compensate for the missing Bankais. Such a brief window, just as the Majesty predicted. And Mayuri's like, what are you implying? You're saying that he predicted this, which means, in spite of that, it's only a matter of time before you're all corpses. And then you're like, oh shit. Now, the only fights we're seeing here is Hitsugaya and listen. I'm going to say it right now. Hitsugaya should have died a while ago. Not that I hate Hitsugaya, I'm just stating the facts here, people. He should have died a long time ago. What I mean by a long time ago? When he fought Hallibell. Yeah. He was, at least from what I hear from here and there, he was supposed to die then. Yeah. But didn't. Now, we have that, and we go into this chapter where it's blazing bullets, and this is Busby. And Busby, don't get me wrong, I like the guy and everything, but he is very confident. And listen, confidence is good. But right now, you're taking care of business, you're taking care of Toshiro, you pretty much shit-stomped him in this chapter. Okay. Be careful. Be careful, Busby, because you got to be careful. Because I got to tell you something. Continue acting like that, though. Someone strong is going to show up and beat the living shit out of you. But then again, there's that slogan, it's not showing off as long as you back it up. So to speak. But yeah, we got this part. He's just basically there and saying, no way. They're saying he, you know, um, that Busby was saying, he's basically saying that, the only thing that was torn to pieces was his mantle. So pretty much nothing occurred, that attack never did any damage to him. And then we see Soy Fang and just a boom! Spear coming out of nowhere. She grabs it, swungs it, and it's BG9. And he's like saying, still you breathing after that, you monster. And he says, I never taken a breath. That's how you know BG9 is pretty much an android robot. That was clarified in this chapter. Actually, I thought, it was kind of weird because I thought he was made out of strings, but that wasn't the case. When you first see him, he's got the kind of like, look, androidish, kind of. And so if I'm saying a wind-up doll, Kurosuchi would have a field day with you. And then he reveals these pockets of missile projectiles in his here and on his arms and shit. Oh my god damn, this guy's... What the hell is this? He's a one-man army. Pretty much. He was basically a tank. Or, I don't know what you want to call him, but that's what he was. And he just, basically stating that the internal Shunko recorded it's an extraordinary piece of data. However, at the same time, I'm extremely disappointed. That's the extent of your powers. I have no use to use my Bankai I stolen from you. And he just unleashes these missiles. And she's like saying, so naive, saying that would have finished me off. She gets stabbed, and he says, I just understand your eternal Shunko provided me with an extraordinary piece of data. And she says, shit. And I'm thinking like he's going to say, he's saying it like this, your external Shunko, extraordinary, invalid, you must be terminated. That's what I'm thinking when I hear BG9. I'm thinking Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator, I'll be back. He was back. So, pretty much, Soy Fang is done, is on the cusp. And then this is what I don't like about Busby. He's just flapping his gums. And he said, oh, I'll let you know that, I don't hate him. It's just, can you tone it down? Against Hitsugaya, fine. You could flap your gums. But after Hitsugaya, no. The next captain you fight, you can't state like that. You can't throw that in. That's just silly. He's basically telling Hitsugaya that you call my flames pathetic. Stern members that were burned by the flames of your former captain commander are still alive, including, and that includes me. It isn't simple that it missed us. On the contrary, it gave us a direct hit. And how are we still alive? Simply, I used my own flames to cancel out the flames of your former captain commander. And he destroys the ice, and he's saying, as strong as your Bankai's ice is, it would have been nice to show that the flames in one of my fingers would be enough to handle it. And Hitsugaya throws an ice an attack his way. And Busby saying, looks like you seem to get it. And then Hitsugaya is telling Matsumo we need to rethink strategies, hold them off. I'll hold them off with my Ryojin Hyoki. And she says, understood. And he's then saying about the wall made of finely woven ice, very creative and unconventional, but I'm going to show you that I wasn't over-exaggerating about what I can do with your ice with only one of my fingers. And he does burning finger! Yeah, let's get a quote from G Gundam. My shining, burning finger! Of course, his shining, burning finger is That's probably better to call this chapter Shining Burning Finger. But review. And he does it, and he says burner finger 1, and he shoots. And this was kind of funny. Now, I don't know if anyone noticed this. I noticed it when I saw this panel. Doesn't this panel, when you see Hitsugaya and he gets a hole burned through him, remind you of something? Let's rewind. Go back to Ichigo's fight with Ukiura. Hey, no one said it, but I'm going to say it. Almost identical, except different. Because Ichigo got blasted with a Sero, and Hitsugaya gets blasted with a burning flame. Burning finger. But it's kind of in the same area and the same posture that they went back on. And I'm like, Kubo. Same way. I noticed it, man. I noticed it. But that's all that happened after that. That was the end of the chapter, Flaming Pillar of Despair. Now, personally, I think we don't know what's going on with Soifong. Soifong might be done for. Who knows? Hitsugaya got pretty beaten up here. I don't know. I don't know here. This is pretty grim now. I mean, they came through, and now this guy, you know, the beginning, the guy said, you're all going to be corpses. So, you know, love to know what the fuck they're going to do now. Oh, we trained without our bankais. Yeah, we can beat these guys. No, you can't. It's pretty grim. Pretty grim. This is pretty grim. And listen, to people who think, oh, Bankai, you hate Busby, that sucks. I don't hate him. I don't hate Busby. I said it before. Quote, it's only showing off if you can't back it up. Busby backed it up. So I say, okay. But if you start flapping your gums again and you try to beat this guy, next guy you fight, and you can't beat him, then I say, I just shake my head. But for now, I'm going to give his props. He did what he had to do, Busby, in this chapter. BG9, man. That guy is fucking sick. He's a one-man army. Think about that. One-man army. That's crazy. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But, yeah, this was a good chapter. 4 out of 5. Next week should be interesting to see where this goes. I mean, we don't know what happened with Soifong. I mean, that was an explosion there, and she probably got hit. But as far as we know what's happening with Hitsugaya, we know he got a critical blow here, and it looks grim. But as far as Soifong is concerned, we don't know, because it was just a big explosion. So we have to wait and see on that. But overall, this was a good chapter. 4 out of 5, like I said. Shining Burning Finger, Jesus Christ. Busby, he's, he's a hothead. That's why I look at Busby. He's a hothead. And the thing I go back to is how he reacted when Uryu was introduced. He's like, what the hell is this shit? And he complained like a little bitch. But he backed it up. That's the way I look at it. He backed it up. So I don't hate him right now. I like him. He backed it up. As long as he backs it up, he's okay in my book. But we'll see how this goes. This should be interesting. Is Hitsugaya dead for her? Yeah, he's like one of those characters in Bleach that just won't die. Hitsugaya is like, oh man. But good chapter, 4 out of 5. We'll see what happens next week. Should be interesting. Should be interesting to see if Hitsugaya is done for, or if he comes back with a different move. I have no idea. Should be interesting. But that's all I got for you guys. It's Bonkai 922. I'll see you guys later. One Piece chapter will come out later. Much later. Because I'm going to be doing a live stream, I think, on Titans of Darkness. I'll let the guys know. And that's the story there. Got nothing else for you. I have it on pickups, but I'm going to do that tomorrow. Because it's long. For some reason, it's the HD, and that's why it takes so long to upload. But yeah, that's that story. I'm Bonkai922. I'll see you guys later. Behold my shining, burning finger! Right. See ya. Peace.